Thank you for joining me. This is Shelby, Divine Love with Shelby. Today, I need to add Kimmi. Today we are going to have Kimmi join us and share me and different things that have helped her along her way. So thank you all for joining us. So happy to be here. I don't know if you caught my last live with Hala and David, but it was pretty amazing. And it was great to see twin flames in union. And then this week, I really haven't talked to Kimmi much about her twin flame journey. So I'm excited to see how that is and learn more about that. And then next week, I will be having the MFN Magician and the MFN MILF, another twin flame couple in divine union, and I look forward to that as well. Hi, Tiara Serna. Thank you for joining. I'm just waiting for Kimmi. Oh, it says Kimmi is unable to join. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Okay, so I invited her again. I've never had that pop up before. It said Kimmi is unable to join. But we just were DMing each other, and she said I told her what to do. So yeah, we should be getting this started soon. Hi, Trina. Love you. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. Let's see. Hi, Muffin. Thank you for joining us. We're having some slight technical difficulties. I've never started a live before where it said Kimmi's going to be joining us today, and it says Kimmi is unable to join. So I invited her again, and we shall see what happens. Kimmi is unable to join. Huh. Maybe I should pop off and then... Hi, Kimmi. There she is.
Hi. Am I in the wrong? There I am.
There you go.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. So happy to
Oh,
see you.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Yeah, this is the first time I'm doing one in my new place. Hi, Anne
How
Marie. Hi,
exciting.
Own Your Own Magic. So I was like, I don't even know where I'm going to do it. I was trying all these different places. And
Right,
so
exactly.
we're going to give this space a shot.
Look, it works good for me. It looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you all for being here with us today. My name is Shelby with Divine Love with Shelby, and this is Kimmi Nicole.
Hi.
At the end of this live, I am going to open it up for any questions that you have for Kimmi or I about the twin flame journey, anything that was talked about. So just go ahead, and if you have any questions, click the little question box at the bottom there, and we will get to those at the end.
Yeah.
So
All righty.
we'll go ahead and get started.
Sure.
So first of all, I just want you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, wow.
And yeah.
Let's see. I'm originally from North Carolina, and I moved
Okay.
to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta in 1994, and I've been here
Okay.
ever since. My big girl job, as my parents called it, my big girl job is an insurance professional for commercial insurance, and I enjoy doing that. Great, easy way to make an honest living, they say. So that is my career. It's not my calling. My calling is Reiki master, intuitive healer, and life coach, and spiritual
Nice.
advisor. Yeah. So
So when did you get into all of that?
all of that, yeah, that.
Yeah.
That came across my path probably, I would say probably in like 2015, maybe. 2014, 2015, I got involved with yoga. And at the
Nice.
studio, there was someone there teaching Reiki, and that's when I just really got involved in understanding the spirituality world. I grew up in religion. So I grew
Okay.
up in that world of constant going to church and doing this and doing that, but I just didn't feel my interpretation of God. And so I wanted to kind of branch out and do what everybody else wasn't doing. And that's when I decided to study more spirituality. To if I could define the difference between the two, it would be religion is for people that doesn't want to go to hell. Spirituality is for people that's been there and don't want to go back.
Yeah, that's a great explanation.
Right?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I love energy healing.
absolutely.
I haven't taken Reiki yet, but I do a blue body healing technique, and
Yeah.
energy work is very similar. It's all
Mhm.
yeah. So,
There are just so many
okay.
healing modalities that are
There
out there
really
right now
are.
that you just have to find whatever your niche is and whatever lays at your feet, and then that's the one that you know that you're supposed to work with for humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that you have joined in when we do the group healing sessions. You
Yes.
came in there with us. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Came in a few of those and a few of the drumming sessions, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, it has. Okay, so the next question is when did you first encounter your twin flame and what kind of magic surrounded that?
Wow. You know, it's when you told me when we talked a little bit on Tuesday, you messaged me and you said, I'm going to ask you about that. And I was like, oh God, I don't remember. I literally had to go back to my journals and go back over it and relive the situation again and bring it back up to me because I had already moved so far beyond thinking of it as a twin flame journey. I just made it part of I fully embodied the journey, if that makes sense. So it took
Yeah,
me a minute to just kind of go, okay, well, let me go back and review. So we initially met in 2018.
okay.
Yeah, I initially met in 2018 um,
That's
through
when
a
I'm in mine
mutual.
too.
Exactly. That's probably why we're linked. We
Yeah,
initially met then, and the magic was just simply the touch, the first touch. We shook hands, and that was it. And then all of a sudden, everybody else in the room just disappeared, pretty much. There
yeah.
was no one else there, but just he and I at the time. Yeah.
All right. So the next thing is to share your story.
Oh,
Your
let's see. So of course you get the meeting, you get the
yes,
encounter, and you create these memories, and then you're in this bliss, and then boom, it's separation. I think everybody knows that. And
yeah,
so um, in that age of where I was on the journey, I was in the midst of trying to figure out what happened and where and why is this. And there are waves of being a divine feminine. It's just so important to know which wave you're in at the time. And so I was just in there trying to figure out, well, what happened? Why is this? Why are we not there? What happened? What did I do? Stop. I had to pause. And I logged on to Instagram and there was a specific reader at the time talking, and Trina was in the comments. And,
oh,
and so, yeah, this whole thing is happening because of Trina. You know, when you get on the phone with Trina at 2 in the morning, and she's like, "Oh, let me let you talk to Shelby," and then here we are. So Trina was
yeah,
in the comments, and we connected that way, and she was really influential in how my perception of how I was seeing the journey as a whole. It really just kind of shifted it for me. I immediately began to turn my energy back to myself. I went through the whole chasing thing. Absolutely, I did. We all have the whole chasing, checking social media, trying to figure out what's going on, reaching out to him and him not responding. All of that. You go through all of that as a divine feminine. It's just part of the journey. And
yeah,
at some point in time, it just changed for me, where it just became about me and my peace. And then that is where I am right now. Now, had you asked me this like 6 months ago, I probably would have been like, oh my God. But no, now it's just more about my peace and just about, not even about union. It's more so about just getting through the the trials and tribulations of the journey, learning the ebb and flow and appreciating it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was not an easy journey to start with. However, I was very, very excited to recognize what it was. And it had nothing to do with this long romance, Lifetime Movie Network romance that we're all thinking about, but it has everything to do with your love for humanity, because you recognize that when you're with this person, you are vibrating at your highest level of love, your highest level of frequency. And that is the purpose of you coming back with your soul, with your twin soul.
Yes,
And
I
that's what you're
agree.
chasing. You're not chasing the physical person. You're not chasing at all. You're an empress or a queen now. You're not chasing at all.
Right?
You are actually tapping into that part of you that is within him that you want. And that's all. That's simply what you're doing. And
Yeah.
the union happens when you guys release that part of each other to yourselves. And then that is when you're in union. And then that is when everything just gets golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you guys in communication?
The communication is more telepathic than anything else.
Hmm.
I appreciate that. It is, but however, it can be, and you have to be careful as a divine feminine to make sure that it does not become habitual and that it does not become a crutch on either one of your parts, because eventually the relationship has to grow and you have to get into the 144, getting into the movement. Tom, back to you. Who's kissing us? Who's somebody blowing kisses to us?
Well, Trina says, Angelic Healing Power says, you two are glowing with love and light.
Oh, hey, baby girl. Hey, Miss Trina. Eventually, you get to the place where the telepathy is satisfactual and it's fine, but it is not going to get you to the completion of the journey, which is the purpose. It's not necessarily. I need every divine feminine to understand this is not about you posting pictures with your boo on Instagram. That's not what this journey is about. If you got on this journey for that, then exit stage left, because this has a bigger purpose for humanity, your love. And if you are not in communication, or if you are not with your divine masculine, then the best thing for you to do is to fall in love with everything else as possible. Because as long as you're vibrating love, that's it. You're still vibrating love, whether you're with him or not. You're still vibrating in love. Adding the love for him to your vibration, yes, it does raise it more. But if he's not there, you still fall in love with as many things as possible. And that's what's most important.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
So the communication, like it's telepathy, it's 5D, it's all of those other things that nobody really talks about or knows about. So as long as we are in love in any dimension, I'm fine.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Doesn't
it's
matter
the
to me.
same for my connection. We talk here and there in the 3D, but the telepathic and the 5D connection is where it's at right now. Like,
Exactly.
we're in different places in the 3D, and that's okay. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
And
can
3D, it's
access
almost like
that
they have their
and
free will and and they can do what they want. And they're
exactly.
free to do that. And that's what love is. Love is free. Love is not saying
Exactly.
you have to be with me for this number of years. You have to be with me right now. That's not what
Right.
love is. Love is meant to set you free. And if in
Yeah.
this realm he does not choose me as part of his happiness, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I still love you.
Yeah.
Just just not in the same way. But I love dealing with the 5D. That's his higher self anyway. And that is the
Yeah.
best version of him. That's the version of him or her. Let me make sure we specify that. That's the best version of him or her that you want anyway.
Yes, it is. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So
I
that's the one you want to
agree.
tap into. So I kind of really ignore the 3D if it doesn't make sense to you, because that's not what I've seen in my vibrational vortex. That's not what I've put out there to the universe that I want. So I just ignore it until it gets into alignment with what I've
Yeah.
already gotten into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which it will. If you're vibrating this will come
It's
back to
going to
you.
attract. Exactly. It's going to attract
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So on your, when you first besides Trina, when you first, went into separation, were having difficulties, or actually any time throughout this journey, what are some of the things that have helped you the most?
Vodka. I'm just kidding. Kind of kidding, but no, no. But on a heightened level, it is definitely meditation, prayer, absolutely, just journaling and reconnecting and getting right back to my heart center, because that is where it is most important. Is if you stay back to your heart center every time, and you're going to have those moments as a divine feminine. You're going to have those moments, those tower moments in your life, where you fall back off the track a little bit, where you lower your vibration and you act out of your divinity, and you just snatch yourself right back into it, And you have those moments. Don't judge yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself. Just pull yourself right back into your divinity and just keep moving forward. That's all you can do.
And I feel those are just as much a part of the journey as the love. These
Yes,
are the times that help us grow or realize how much we have changed, depending on how fast we come out of it.
exactly. And that's it. If you start to notice your bounce back is quicker, a little bit more, so, you can really catch yourself a lot quicker, then it is so much better for you. And then you can see
Yeah.
your own growth. It is just like, you're asking me about him now. It's not that I don't remember him. It's just that I have just moved forward so much with a higher version of him that it is really even hard for me to connect with him in this realm at all. So it's just because, and that is called ascension, which is what
Yeah.
you want. Is absolutely where you want to be. And in this part of the journey is to turn you back to yourself so that you can ascend to the higher version of yourself. Yeah,
Yes. Find
yeah.
that union within yourself,
The
you
inner
know,
union happens
the inner
way before
union.
physical union. I think we all know that. Yes.
Yes,
Hmm.
I agree. And so does Marie. She agrees. And
She does. That is one of my clients. One of my favorites is Miss Michelle. She is so awesome. Her journey has been very tumultuous, but she just jumps in there and she just keeps going. And she's one of my newer clients that I'm using right now, because I'm not coaching the divine feminine that is wondering what her divine masculine is doing. That's not who I'm coaching. I'm coaching the divine feminine that wants to move forward with her life, have that soft, subtle, spiritual, safe, strengthening life for herself. And so those are the ones that I'm coaching. I think everyone has a level of their divine femininity that they are going to get to. And once they reach a certain spot, you kind of have to, it's like school. You have to go to the next grade. You have to
yeah,
graduate. And Michelle is definitely one of those, one of my favorite clients, that she just jumps right in there, and she's just grown just so much fast, so fast. And those are essentially what you want to do. You want to see your growth on the journey.
yeah. My guides have been saying a lot, this is your school,
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of it, learn your lessons.
Yep. The class of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do people get a hold of you for your coaching and other services that you offer? Is that on your Instagram
Yeah,
page?
just straightly through Instagram. Yeah, if you just shoot me
Okay.
a DM, and I can set up a coaching, and most of them are happening via duo, or I can do a voice message to you as well. It just depends on what level of coaching that they want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? It doesn't look like we got any questions in the question box.
which is good, right? Because that means
Yeah,
everybody understands.
exactly. Exactly.
What would you think, like, as far as your journey goes, and if you could put yourself where it was when you started versus where you are now, what would you say is your biggest, what were some of your biggest bounce back abilities and tools that you used?
So I have changed so much over the last 4 years. It is unbelievable.
Trina.
When I met mine, I was in a toxic, abusive relationship,
Oh
and
my.
he gave me the strength to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So, on top of my ascension, I was, which ascension essentially is healing everything, but I had all the wounds and everything
Mm-hmm.
from that relationship. So a lot of our separations happened from my triggers, me getting triggered and reacting over something from the past. But really
Exactly.
just, I did a life coaching program. The thing that has helped me the most is going within,
Mhm.
meditating,
Mhm.
doing the energy work, connecting with my soul tribe, my soul family. Most of you guys who I've met through Instagram,
Mhm.
which is also where I met my divine masculine.
Oh,
It's kind
wow.
of turned into this crazy little spiritual community.
Mhm.
What about Walmart Fit?
Okay, so that is an inside joke with Trina. That is actually how Trina and I first met. I was actually in Walmart. I was doing some retail therapy because he had not replied to a text message that I sent him. So if I'm going to do retail therapy, I need to go to Walmart so it's affordable. And so I was at Walmart having a hissy fit because he just would not answer me. So I was having a hissy fit, and that was the first time Trina pretty much told me to get my shit together and get over myself.
Yeah,
On
I love.
Instagram Live, by the way. So that is what she's saying. What about the Walmart fit? Yes, she had the Walmart hissy. I had the Walmart hissy fit, and she just snapped me right back into place. But yes,
Oh, I have
that's what
definitely
she means.
some fits.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we all have. Um,
and it's
yes.
do you think it's about trying to get? And because this is what I think is what's happening with the beginning phases of the divine feminine. You want confirmation that you're right this time. And I think that
Yeah.
that's what we're seeking. And they're thinking that we're seeking to reach out to them because we want a wedding ring tomorrow. No, we want to know, is this it? Is this really it? Are you really it? Because we've had so many false flames in our lives
Yeah.
that, if they come down the pipeline again, you're trying to grasp a hold of something that triggers a little bit of truth for you. So I think that that's very, very important to recognize that that's probably, as a divine feminine, don't feel bad about that, and don't feel bad if he doesn't reply. You have to get to the place where you don't care if he replies or not. You speak your piece and keep moving.
Absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to my divine masculine about it, and he's like, I don't know what happens. I just go numb to you. I have nothing to say. And
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of put two and two together, and it's always when I am wanting him to be my answer or whatever. It's always when I need to be turning within myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's divinely guided, these silences or not responding, like their guides are
Mm-hmm.
holding them back for our growth.
Exactly. And that is where you start going, okay, why am I going to a man to get an answer from what the divine has shared with me?
Right?
How is
Yes.
that? Like, and then that is when you sit there and go, okay, girl, you have to
Hi,
kind of get
Lewis.
yourself in check. Hi, Lewis.
And what else? Trina said something else that I was going to say. Oh, we all have fits. It is
Yes.
triggering growth.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that is just so very important for
Yes.
us to remember that it's part of your own personal growth. It's not necessarily, and it's called a journey for a reason. And yes, there is an end destination, and it is physical union, but don't rush so fast to trying to get to union so you can have a boyfriend. No, that's not what that is. That's not at
Right.
all what that is. And you have to recognize that your purpose for being with this individual, and this person's having fits hourly.
Hourly. Yeah, I
Hourly.
saw that too.
Your purpose for this individual is for you to vibrate in the highest frequency, which is love. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all the universe needs from you is to love. And
And we have a lot of,
or
I don't know if
girlfriend,
it's
yes, Trina, or
darkness
girlfriend.
or wounds within us that we have
Mm-hmm.
to release. The fits
Mm-hmm.
are helping us release all the past wounds, past lifetime wounds,
Mm-hmm.
darkness
And them
within us
too.
to make more room for that light.
Yeah, and the same grace we have to extend to them as well because they have their own wounds to heal. And
Exactly.
perhaps them not connecting and being with us is a source of protection more than anything else. So then you
Yeah.
can enter into that gratitude for saying, you know what, I'm actually glad you're not around because you're pretty much a jackass right now and I don't want you or need you in my life. And that's just period. I mean, get bold and say it because you have to be able to stay in your power so that when he comes, you don't lose yourself again, like you
Right.
did in the beginning,
In the
where you lost
beginning.
yourself and you were trying to do anything to keep him and have him. No, no, this time it's a little bit different, honey. I'm sitting back. The Empress is in her zone, honey. You know what I mean? So it's like she
Uh-huh.
sits pretty and she's not waiting on him at all.
No.
She's not. No, no, she's not waiting on him at
Never in
all.
her life.
No, she's already in love. She's already in love with
Yes.
herself. So by the time
Yes.
he comes along, he should be in alignment with the type of love that you've already given yourself, that you're already giving yourself. That is how
Yeah.
you know when it's time to take him back, is if he is in alignment with the love that you've been giving and sharing with yourself already.
Yes, I
Hmm.
agree. I
Yes.
agree. And Lewis says it's definitely been a journey, both, wait, a journey of growth, both emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Yes, all the
Hmm.
things.
All of the things.
Every,
All of the things.
literally every part of my life has changed, you know. I've
Hmm.
moved, I've just everything. I
Oh
got
God.
boundaries,
Career changes, boundaries,
new
people that were in
friends.
your life that should not have been in your life to start with, and now they're there, and now they're gone again. And so it's just like you kind of have to outgrow or understand the ebb and flow of the relationship. There's going to have high moments, there's going to be low moments, but you have to honor that, the ebb and flow of how this journey is supposed to go. And you have to give it some a valuable amount of respect.
Exactly. No more people pleasing. You
Oh,
take me as I am.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lewis, the beginning stages, uh, I mean, some of it is so fun, but some of it is so painful. And I promise you, it's going to get so much easier and so much better.
And if, Lewis, if you could just please redirect your energy right back to yourself as quickly as possible. As every
Yeah.
time you think about them, every time you think about this, I mean, I literally have him in my phone as "Don't you dare!" Literally, instead of his name, I have "Don't you dare," just to make sure I don't do it.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
have
it's
do not message him as the text.
be very. I'm like, "Don't you dare!" Because I had to really catch myself because I would just to kind of test the waters to see where he's at. And
Oh, yeah.
so it still was not healthy for me to do that because of the downward spiral that it sent me in mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So that was when I really pushed away. I was like, no, this is not healthy for me. So
Yeah.
I keep my heart open
And
to as many things as possible.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lewis,
Hang in
all
there,
we can do
Lewis.
is
Hang
do
in
our
there.
best and feel what you feel, you know?
Yeah.
If you're angry, if you're sad, cry it out, yell, punch into a pillow, like feel what you're feeling, honor your feelings,
All the
thank them
feels.
for the
Feel it
lessons,
all. If
you
you get
know?
angry, get angry. Have a full blown conversation with him, whether he or she is in the room or not. Have that full blown conversation. Get it out. If it feels good, write a letter and then burn it. You know, just do whatever you need to do to get that energy out of your body so that your body can return back to its normal self and start healing that emotional
Yes.
wound that is in you, because that's all you want. There's something about your twin that has a sort of healing that is within them that you want. You want that healing, and so do they. And you have their healing inside of you as well. It's just a matter
Yes.
of how bad do you want it, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, this journey almost gives you no choice, really, because it's like suffer or grow, you
Hmm.
know?
And you know what?
I'm
It's
gonna grow.
tis
So
better
grateful.
to obey than the sacrifice. That's for sure. So you can
Absolutely.
you either let go or get dragged because it's not going to be as easy as most people try to make it out to be. Hi, Jessica. She's another one of my clients, but
Oh, nice.
but to be able to walk into this journey knowing that at the end of the destination you're going to be in some sort of union, either with yourself, because there is free will. We have to let everybody know that there is free will. And your divine masculine can totally decide, no, you're not it for me, and I'm going to not do this. You know what I mean? So, and that is not what everybody wants to hear or likes to hear, but but be honorable to that place. If that's his decision or her decision, please keep loving them, because you have to stay in that vibration of love. That's the most important.
And they are essentially you, you know,
Exactly.
we are one. So,
Yes.
so if
It is,
you don't
it is,
love
it is
them, you're
one
not
soul
loving
split apart.
yourself.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions before we go?
This was an easy one. I thought this was going to be hard. Trina said it was going to be hard.
Did she? Was it hard for you, Trina?
You know what? She said, you are never really separate. No, you're not. That is an illusion.
No.
Separation and time is an illusion. Please drop your calendar and take off your watch, because you are not on the universal timetable, honey. You just got to let this thing play out as it's supposed to. I agree with you on that, Trina, for
And you
sure.
become the most patient person in the world through this journey.
Listen, patience is, they say it's a virtue. That's what they tell me. But I'm not feeling real virtuous sometimes. It seems like to me, I think Lewis said that he feels like he's separated. And that is that is very normal to feel that, Lewis. It is very normal to feel separated because you physically cannot see and or touch the person, your person. And that is very normal to feel that way. They are literally not physically there. But that's when you go within. You really do. You have to go within and feel for their energy. And more than likely, I would say probably about 99.9% of the time, they will meet you in that space. In that space where it's safer.
So something that I tell my clients is, and something that I did myself, is to pull up their picture on your phone and have conversations with them. And eventually you'll start getting answers in your head, if not immediately, but that's the telepathy.
Or dreams, yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily feel real at first. I'm like, I'm making this stuff up in my head, you know.
Exactly.
But a lot of mine got confirmed in the 3D, and you know, we eventually talked about talking telepathically. So it's a real thing. I had gone to an enlightenment school, and we learned how to, one of the disciplines was to learn telepathic communication, and we can do it with any person that's thinking about us. So it's very strong with your twin soul.
I find it to be the strongest and the safest source of communication, because I think that if we connected in the 3D realm right now and said what we truly felt, I'm not sure if it would be safe.
Right.
I'm not really sure if it would be safe with all the energies that's going on in Earth, with all the energies that are going on in your personal life outside of the twin flame journey, because that's just one journey of your life. You have many journeys that you are going through in your life that, you know, can tie into the twin flame journey or not. But if you are in a space where you can allow other journeys to, I don't want to say distract you, but keep you occupied, you will find yourself growing in your own twin flame journey. So whether it be your career, whether it be whatever you do outside a hobby, or, you know, parenting, anything, travel, anything could be just part of your own journey, whether you're trying to be a healthier version of yourself, whatever you're choosing to do. Every journey, you're not just tied or blinded to the twin flame journey. You have so much more to you than that. That is just a facet of your life, really.
Yes.
It's a major one, but it's a facet.
Once you learn, or in the beginning, in the first year or two, probably first year, you know, I felt separated too. But once you come to the understanding that you are one, they're always with you, you are always with them, you can use that to fuel everything in your life. You use that love to fuel relationships with coworkers, relationships with family and friends. And I've been noticing a huge growth in the people around me lately, and I love seeing that. Yeah.
I love the shift. Yes, the shift. Your relationships will definitely shift when you come into this journey, because it's not something that you can share with everybody, because everybody is not twin awakened. So you can't really talk to everyone about it, because to the normal person, they're going to go, you better leave him alone. You better leave her alone. They don't want you. You'll get all of that negativity, but they didn't hear or they didn't feel or they didn't sense what you sensed at the moment. And so you kind of have to shield your energy as much as possible as well.
And unless you have a soul level connection, a twin flame connection, you can't, like, if I would have talked to myself 5 years ago, I would have been like, you are crazy. Like,
what is
you
that
deserve
about?
so much better. But
Exactly.
you just can't understand what it's like to share a soul with somebody else unless you're going through it
Unless
yourself.
you're going
So,
through it. And not everybody, and what's so neat is that not everybody got this. Not everybody got the gift. Not
right.
everybody have the gift. Everyone does not have a twin flame. And so not everybody has the gift to be connected with another soul so intensely and so beautifully. So I think it's very, very important to keep yourself connected to your own self within, and to have something outside of the twin flame journey to keep you occupied and to keep yourself nourished. If I could say anything else,
Absolutely.
yeah, keep yourself nourished
Absolutely.
with good people around you all the time. And
Yes.
don't be afraid to let go. Just don't be afraid to let go and release everything that lets you go. You let it go, because
Yes.
that's just something that's going to weigh down the ship that's trying to take off. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
And
you. I
thank
had
you,
so much
everybody,
fun.
for joining
Anytime.
us.
Yes, anytime.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to definitely get to Washington, catch up with you two in person, and it's going to be so
Yes.
excited. I'm so excited to do that. But
Oh my
thank
gosh, to
you.
do live energy healing together, that will be
Oh my
amazing.
goodness, I'm ready. And Trina knows that. She knows I'm ready. But
Trina's
thank you so
actually
much.
coming here tonight.
She is what?
She's coming here tonight.
That's going to be so much fun. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's going to be so, I cannot wait. All right.
Well, I love you all. I love you, Kimmy.
Love you too,
Thank you
Chef.
for
See, I'll
being
take care
here.
of mine. Thank you so much for having me. This was a fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Let's do it.
All
Thank you
right,
for
babe.
joining me.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.